Ever get that weird sinking feeling that time is just speeding up? That the years are starting to kind of blur together in a way they never used to? Well, you are not imagining it. And you are definitely not alone. It's one of the most common things we all feel. So let's get into it and figure out what is really going on here. I mean, think about it. Back when you were younger, it didn't feel this way, right? Time felt huge. Summers felt like they lasted forever. Each day was its own distinct thing. But now, yeah, something's different. It's like the individual frames of your life have started to blend. Monday just melts into Tuesday, which somehow feels just like Thursday.
And before you even know it, you're looking at the calendar wondering where the heck the last month went. You've got these memories that feel like they happened yesterday, but nope, they were years ago.
So what is happening? Is the universe actually hitting the fast forward button, or is this all happening inside our own heads? We're about to break down the psychology of why our perception of time changes so drastically and why that feeling gets so much more intense as we get older.
Okay, first things first. That feeling that time is slipping away from you, it is completely real. This is not just you being nostalgic. There's a totally predictable psychological reason for it, and it actually has a name.
It's called the routine effect. And here's how it works. Your brain is super efficient. When you do the same thing over and over, the same drive to work, the same tasks at your desk, the same dinner routine, your brain doesn't bother recording every single identical detail. Why would it? Instead, it just creates one general sort of blended memory file. So when you look back, weeks of that same old routine feel like they took up almost no time at all.
This slide just nails the comparison. Think about a month that was jam-packed with new stuff. Maybe you started a new job or took a trip somewhere. Your brain was firing on all cylinders, right? Creating all these unique, sharp memories. Looking back, that month feels long and full. Now compare that to a month of just routine. Your brain basically says, yeah, I've seen this movie before, and mentally hits fast forward. Time gets compressed.
So if the routine effect is the what, let's really dig into the how. What are the exact ingredients that our brain uses to cook up this feeling of time just flying by? It's actually almost like a recipe, seriously. First, you start with a whole lot of repetition, so your days all start to look the same. Then you mix in fewer new experiences, so there's nothing new to make one day stand out from the next. And for the final touch, the secret ingredient, a divided attention span. When you aren't really paying attention, your brain isn't saving anything as a real memory. And let's be honest, this is a huge one for all of us today, the distracted mind. We're in this state of constant motion, always jumping from one tab to the next, one task to another. There's almost no room for stillness, no time to just reflect. And without those little pauses, our brains never get the chance to properly process and file away our experiences as memories. The moments just kind of wash over us in one big, continuous stream. Okay, this all makes a lot of sense, but it still doesn't quite explain one of the biggest parts of the puzzle, does it? It brings up a new question. Why does it feel like someone is turning up the speed dial on time as we get older? This timeline just lays it out so perfectly. Our youth is absolutely packed with novelty. It's just a nonstop parade of firsts. Your first day of school, your first best friend, your first bike ride. Each one of those is a massive, unique memory that acts like an anchor in time. But as we get into adulthood, well, the number of those big firsts naturally starts to drop off. So really, it's just a simple but super powerful ratio at work. As we age, the balance shifts. Routine starts to take over, and novelty takes a back seat. And this isn't something that happens overnight. It's a slow, gradual change in how you perceive everything, happening so quietly in the background that you don't even notice. Until, one day you do.
And that brings us right to the final and probably the most important piece of this whole puzzle. When we pull all these threads together, we can finally see what's really at the heart of this feeling.
See, this feeling isn't some great cosmic mystery. It's a system. It's a predictable result based on how repetition, your attention, and new experiences all play together. It's like this quiet little program running in the background of your mind, shaping how you experience time without you even realizing it's on. So, this is the big reveal. The fundamental truth. The objective, physical ticking of the clock has not changed one tiny bit. Time is not actually moving faster. The thing that's changing isn't time. It's you. It's your brain's relationship with your own life. All that routine,
All that repetition, all those fewer firsts, they all work together to quietly but effectively compress your personal experience of time. It happens so quietly, day by day, over years of these blended memories and unnoticed moments. Until one day, you look back over your shoulder, and there's really only one conclusion your brain can come to. It just feels like everything passed too fast.